So apparently, how to change your vote, or can I change my vote, is trending heavily on Google. I didn't look myself, you guys. I keep hearing that all over the internet. So that's why I say apparently. Which means you have a lot of people who, based off of the things that are happening in the last couple of days with the upcoming president choosing his cabinet, a lot of people are, and just the other things that we're hearing politically, a lot of people are expressing regret and fear and shame. Yes, so apparently how to change your vote is trending. So I wanted to make this video. So you can't. No, just kidding. Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm too silly to have this conversation with you guys right now. All right, we're going to get this together and get this video. And so the answer is you cannot. You cannot change your vote. I was going to be silly about it, but I'm at the farmer's market sitting by the fire, and I don't want people to see me being silly. I'm cool. I'm cool, Mom. So anyways, no, you can't change your vote. But let's talk about what a vote is. And let's talk about why you want to change your vote. Oh, that's a good. Let's talk about why you want to change your vote. So a vote, etherically, is really just your energy. You are putting your energy in a certain area. So think of that as your emotion or your intention. Spirits don't cast votes, and spirits, they're not worried about the presidency. But what they're doing is, on a human level, because we are spirits in human body, so on a human level, we are essentially saying, there's something on my laptop. I'm holding my laptop, you guys, by the fire. So on a human level, you're saying, I give my energy to this. I give my honor to this. Whatever you are focusing on and whatever you are pledging, that's a vote. So a whole bunch of people voted this way and a whole bunch of people voted that way. Now, the reason why you did that is because you either one, you didn't like the other party didn't give you enough information on what their vote was, and you felt like you already knew Trump, right? But of course, in the last few days, there's been a lot of talk and concern about the specific picks for certain positions, and then also there's been fear around certain things that are supposed to be coming into order. So new rules. All right, so first of all, quick disclaimer. I do not belong to any political party. I am an independent. I'm a registered independent. And I have different beliefs. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just letting you know where I stand, okay? However, I did do a lot of research this election because I was trying to understand. I'm not like you guys, apparently. There's that saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, okay? I have a lot of questions. I want to know why my enemy is my enemy, so I will study the perceived enemy because I want to know why people don't like them. I want to know why people do like them. I want to know. I want to understand the other side because a lot of times it's really just a misunderstanding. That's how I feel. So in that case, I got to do a lot of studying on the parties and then what happened the first time around because I wanted to understand why people didn't like the president. And then I wanted to understand what they were talking about. So you can't just tell me a story. I need to go research it myself. And I think there's a lot of people who aren't really doing the research, but they're really just getting caught up in propaganda. I keep saying I'm gonna do a whole video on propaganda, and I am propaganda and polarity. It's such a big topic, and I want to make sure I do a good job. So I really need to sit down and map it out and do some research. And I haven't sat down yet. That's all, but it's coming. Either way, propaganda is huge in our country, and I think this election was a really good example of how people think that they can, that you don't think. People think that the people don't think, and I guess the people do think more than they thought more than they thought we think. Okay, let me get serious. I can tell I don't want to do this video because I'm all over the place. Look at where I am though. It's very beautiful. There's fire pits. This is a very cute place. The crowd is not here yet. There's llamas over there. It's a llama farm. And the crowd is not here yet, so I thought I would take advantage. So let me get back on track. I'm back and I'm ready. I'm in the dungeon. All right, so first of all, I just want to point out that this right here is the reason why the divorce rate in America is so high. You guys have no faith. You have no faith and you have no vision. Has it even been a week? Maybe. It's been like a week and a half, week and a half, and you already want to buyer's remorse. I'm really, really confused. The man told you that he was doing something huge, and you thought it was just going to be like waving a wand? You thought he was going to wave a wand? All right. Okay, so I want to help some of you because I'm not even gonna lie. My channel don't even reach that many people at this time in my life, and that's okay. However, I spend a lot of time having this conversation on the day-to-day, so I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and record this. I've said it so many times, and I'm gonna say it again. Remember that saying, the truth shall set you free, but first it'll piss you off? It's a huge saying for a reason, and it actually is talking about this time. You are living in a time, I've said it so many times before, the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, not to mention Aquarius Pluto just entered into Aquarius. Aquarius is in Pluto, Pluto is in Aquarius. They're in each other. This is the time of revolution. You chose to come to Earth at a time of revolution, and you have some leader that is telling you, hey, I've been in this business. I may not have been a politician, but I've been in this. I've seen what's going on, and I have a lot of money, and I want to help. And he told you that he was going to drain the swamp. He told you, I believe there was this really popular, I think it was a QAnon video that went around right before the pandemic or during the pandemic. It went around YouTube. It was like 4 hours long. It was a 4-part series. And what they did in the video was really impressive. Like I said, I didn't know back then what QAnon was, and I was really just trying to get an understanding of why, when a whole bunch of people hate somebody, or when there's, like I said, when there's a perceived enemy, I need to know why. You can't just tell me to do something. I need to know why. And I need to do my own research. So I'm going to hear you out, but I'm also going to do my own research. So that video broke down a lot of events. I think it started with like, to them, their movement starts with the Kennedys. It starts with what happened to JFK, what happened to Nixon, what happened in all these different events, 9/11, all these different events. And they feel like there's been a lot of lies. So there is a belief, I'm just going to say it's a belief, that there are a lot of, I call them archons, you guys can call them whatever you want to call, but I call an archon someone who is in a position that their beliefs and their allegiance is really for the opposite side. So they're calling it infiltration, right? So his belief is that there's a lot of people in your office right now that are lying about their care and concern for you, and their care and concern for your freedom and your liberties. And there has been decades and decades and decades of proof from what he's saying. And you guys like to do this whole America thing, but I'm gonna be really honest with you. I did the history of America before America was America. I did the research of what Columbus was saying, how there were 500 tribes of indigenous people on this land when they got here, and they were only able to make treaties with 300 of them. So they did a lot of moving and shaking and playing in people's face and treaties and wars to get rid of at least the other 200. I have also done the research when they talk about the Siberian immigrants coming down and making them the Native Americans, and making the Native Americans, whatever you want to call it, Negroes, slaves, African Americans, all this weird stuff. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on, and there's a lot of people. Kamala, you can come back, even though after today she is not Kamala. She's going back into my public collection. There's been a lot of weird stuff, and actually Kamala, she's a good one. These are the questions that I wanted to ask her, because according to Candace Owens in that extensive series she did on Kamala's lineage, that 42 million people tuned into, and Kamala didn't answer the question, and judges and CIA agents and Kamala's, even her own family were calling in and helping, but Kamala never, she ignored it. I wanted to ask her about it, but I didn't get to ask her about it in the last interview. So it's actually cute that she's sitting here, because we're actually talking about her people. But when it comes to a draining of the swamp, especially when you're talking about we're going to call it a group, a corporation, where you have so many people who aren't who they say they are, not just in politics, but also in Hollywood, you have to be careful about what you do. We all know this. You have to move in silence. You have to do a lot of things. I've told you guys so many times that if you keep listening to propaganda, you're gonna lose. You can't listen to fake stories, not do your research, and then think that you're going to come out on top, because there are people that are going to do the research. There are people that are going to use their head. There are people that do remember the past. There are people that do remember what happened, what he said, what she said 4, 8, 12 years ago. There are people who want to see the whole interview and not just the little clips that you want to show them to make up a story of what you want to tell them. We have to start using our heads. So what I want to do right now is I want to talk to you a little bit about Donald's plan. I want to talk to you about free journalists. I want to talk to you about the wild ride that we didn't all sign up for it, but that we are all on in this next couple of years, because it's about to be very entertaining. You want to talk about a series on TV? This shit is about to go down. It's already gone down. He's not even in office yet, but it's about to get really good. And I want to talk to you about that. And then I want to talk to you about your position as an innocent bystander and how to spot the lies. And I've been talking about how to move and shake through all this, how to mentally and emotionally prepare yourself for what's about to go down, what the world is a stage and what the world's about to see from the United States. So first of all, a lot of people talk about this in the spiritual community, that America is in its teenage years. So when you're a little baby, you're cute, you're cuddly, everybody likes you, everyone's gonna just give you things, and you're gonna get away with things. But once you reach your adolescence, you're gonna have to start proving yourself. You're gonna have to start standing on what you say you stand on. You're gonna have to start, like a little kid bucks up to a parent, they smack him down. This is what America's going through. So the foundation has to be looked at again. And also, what am I trying to say? There are a lot of wrongs that have to be neutralized. I'm not saying they have to be corrected, but they have to be neutralized. And when you want to make a place a better place, like if you're in a relationship and you want that relationship to get better, you can't just pretend like the bad shit you didn't do, and just be like, oh, okay, let's just move on in harmony. Nah, you gotta stand up. You have to own up to the bullshit and gain the trust back again. And that is the time that we are going through. So Donald is choosing people in his cabinet. And if you have not noticed, a lot of the people, a lot of media does not like. But if you've also noticed, and Candace Owen is the one that was really pointing this out to everybody, he's choosing people that have been victimized by the infiltration. See how I'm trying to use my words careful, because this is not my fight. He's also, because he wants to make sure he's choosing people that are not a part of the bullshit like he did the first time. Those first 4 years, I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm just a businessman, and I had all these people that I thought loved me that didn't, that I thought were on my side but weren't. They just made me look stupid. But they were the stupid ones. So if you look at the people I was choosing, Robert Kennedy, was it Jr.? Don't have me picking these people. In fact, I'm gonna lay this out. Hold on. So if you see a lot of the picks that he's chosen, a lot of his picks were people who have been victimized by the infiltration. These are people who their reputation, their jobs, their careers put on the line, destroyed, their freedoms were destroyed, their platform was destroyed, and some of them even lost their lives. You have a lot of freedom fighters that are in jail right now that were just trying to help, that were just trying to let you know what's going on. And I think, what is the quote by Malcolm X, where he's talking about propaganda will have you loving the people you should be hating and hating the people that you should love, and we wouldn't even know the difference. This is why you really, like I keep telling y'all, use your brain. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of free journalists. Journalism is so important. It is a way to get the truth to the people, and there's a lot of journalism has been infiltrated itself. And the biggest way that you know that is if everybody's saying the same thing, if everyone has the same opinion, somebody's lying, somebody's getting paid, somebody's afraid to speak their truth, someone's afraid of their life, their family's life, their career, their money, they're afraid of the position, and so they're lying. Matter of fact, they have made it their personal vendetta to be a part of the lies, because they're just as much wrapped up in it as the main liar. This is happening in Hollywood, and it's happening in politics. It's been happening. This has been a huge thing. You've been seeing it unpack a little bit, but hopefully you're going to see some more truths, or I don't know, come out. So his plan is to, he assumes, so according to a lot of people, his plan was to choose people that he knows are on his side, and also that he knows will get the job done, and that he knows they have a personal vendetta because they've lost so much of their life speaking their truth in the first place. So that's his thing. I would really encourage you guys to do research away from these big media. There's a lot of free journalists. I keep talking about Candace Owens. I know, guys, I didn't become a huge Candace. I'm not a huge Candace fan. I don't agree with a lot of her positions, especially when it comes to like Christianity. A lot of people make it seem like Christianity is the end all be all. You're not allowed to be racist, sexist, or anything unless you are a Christian. Then you can damn everybody to hell. And the funny part about that is I actually agree with so many Christian values because I'm spiritual, and spiritual is the core of all these beliefs. There's some things that I don't agree with. But that's not what this video is about. So Candace did this whole, I told you guys, this whole thing on Kamala. I just happened to see it. It was extremely educational because it didn't just tell you about her. It talked to you about what was going on with Cuba and Fidel Castro. It talked about what was going on in Jamaica with Bustamante and the killing of all those Rastafarians. And I know a lot about the Rastafarian religion from my first marriage. They went into the MK Ultra program, what was going on in the 60s and 70s. I mean, this was so beautiful. What Judge Joe Brown said about JFK and about a lot of things that he was talking about was just amazing. So it was actually very educational. I think a lot of people are relearning American history. And I have a book upstairs, Lies My Teacher Told Me. Lies My Teacher Told Me. Funny story how I got that book, how it was gifted to me, but that's for another day. So, which goes on to the education system being revamped. There's just been so much half-truths that are being neutralized right now. Okay. I think I talked about Donald's plan, the QAnon video, free journalists. If you don't want to watch Candace Owens, don't. Russell Brand's really good. Joe Rogan, of course, right? And there's these, I don't know the name of the channels, these 4 black guys that go over the things that happened with Trump, and they retell the story the truthful way instead of the lies that are going on. But if you just start with the 3 that I just told you, your algorithms will be full of so many more people that are trying to help. My main thing is, like I said, the next couple months, couple years are going to be insane. Because you have so many huge figures involved in this, in politics and in Hollywood, it's going to impact a lot of what's going on. A lot. How you can, I talk a lot about stabilizing yourself, stabilizing your state of being. I have my book, 31 Ways to Flow. You can check it out in my Stan store. 31 Ways to Flow is about regulating your nervous system. When you do things to continually regulate your nervous system, your emotions are polarized, you're more in check, and you can make better decisions. Not only that, but you're kind of in this flow of energy through life. So you do want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do for yourself, your emotional and your mental ability. Whether there's some crazy stuff going on or not, you need to be doing it anyway. But how to spot the lies. It's not hard. I don't understand. So I'm really shocked to see that so many people really are falling for the okie doke. And it's the same okie doke. They do the same thing. They don't even get clever with their lies. They just be lying, saying the same shit. First of all, if you're shit talking, if you are a big journalist and you're talking crap about somebody rather than stating the facts of the situation, you're playing my face. Especially, and I've been saying this, especially with presidential elections, why are you talking crap to me about the candidate? You should be telling me the facts. What is their history? What is their future? Show me facts. Show me what has actually happened. Don't attack their character, because now you're just running the clock. You're wasting my time. Answering honest questions. Like, the biggest thing that hurt this little lady's campaign is when 42 million people are listening to this journalist, judges, ex-CIA agents, her own family, calling in. People from all around the world got involved in this. I really urge you guys to go and watch her series. It was like a whole bunch of episodes on this little lady right here. And when she didn't respond, her team didn't respond, nobody responded, that kills you. If 42 people start a rumor about you, okay. 42,000 people have a rumor going about you, you might get away with not saying anything. But if 42 million people are saying some devastating claims about not just you, but your lineage, and you don't say nothing, you're lying. Or you know you're lying, so you're quiet. And that's another thing. When somebody name drops, like you sit down at a bar and somebody's like, oh yeah, my cousin is so-and-so, my uncle is so-and-so. Are you not annoyed? I'm annoyed. If you have to show me how cool you are through other people, I'm annoyed. So as somebody who is in office. If you're telling me how cool you are by showing me all these people who are endorsing you, especially when we know that they're paid or they're being coercion into, am I saying the right word? Into talking about you, when it's, you know what I'm saying, when they're obligated. You can't get me on that, B. So it's weird how y'all really fell for that and had your kids falling for that. I'm not sorry, but I am not trying to, this is not about division. I'm just trying to help you guys plan for the coolness that is among us. Okay, so, admitting fault, not just blaming. That's another one. When you're in an argument with someone, especially if you have a long history, such as, the United States of America does, you expect someone to take fault for something, because in a relationship, it's not just one person's fault. So when you have like these journalists and these news anchors, they're only just talking about how bad one of them is and how much of a liar he is, but not talking about anything that went down in America. We have a long list of bullshit. And you're not taking any fault. Okay, we could have done this better. Okay, we could have done this better. But let's just stick to the last 4 years. We could have done this better. They could have done this better. They could have done this better. When you're not taking blame and you're just talking crap and blame shifting, that's a red flag. That journalist that you're watching that's doing that needs to be looked at again, or really not looked at anymore, really. Willingness to cooperate. So you have all these things that are going on. We talked about past and future and present events. When we start getting to the nitty-gritty of what's going on, the people who are avoiding cooperating, who are avoiding the truth, who are avoiding investigations, those are going to be your liars. Not your outliers, but your out-lying ass liars. Gaslighting, manipulation, and then getting the whole story, not just a perspective or not just a piece of it. So getting the whole story of something. These are just I just made a list of things of how you can spot a liar or someone who is not being forthright, and therefore you should not be watching them or listening to them, or at least you know where they stand and what side they're on when you are watching them. A lot of you guys are watching people like this in your media. You're watching people who are just angry, who just want to hate, and who aren't coming with any facts. And you know they're bullshit, because if we're all on the same page, then why aren't we going through some things? Why aren't we going through the facts and getting some things straight? Because we're not all on the same page. That's it. I'm going to say it one more time. The next couple months is going to be a lot of lies, a lot of people that are angry, a lot of positions that people are just going to quit. There's going to be arrests. There's going to be lists that come out. There's going to be scandals, and I'm smiling because it's exciting, but it's also sad. You're talking about million and billion dollar corporations where people their lives have been changed. Their children are sick. Their people have died over lies because of money, because of power. And you're about to find out that things that you thought was true are lies, and things that you thought were lies are true. There's gonna be a lot of confusion. I'm excited for the truth, but I feel bad for a lot of people that fell for the okie doke. Because I started realizing this when I was a teenager. I think this is what a lot of teenagers go through when they're depressed. They realize that there's a lot of BS around you. Y'all are telling me to be integral, to have integrity. I don't know the word. You're telling me to have integrity, but I don't see integrity around me. Y'all are just some lying ass people. Another thing that I wanted to say, I didn't do very well notes, and this is really not I'm uncomfortable, but I'm learning to get comfortable speaking about these types of topics because they've never been my thing. Politics right now is very interesting, so of course we're going to talk about it. And of course, when you're talking about demons in big seats, you're talking about spirituality, baby. Also, just want to lastly say, we've been talking about how to get ready for times like these for a while. People have been telling you that there's things going on with the money system. They've been telling you that there's a lot of weird stuff going on. They've been telling you to get your money up, to get different types of currencies up, to get your garden up, to just put yourself in a place where you can self-sustain. Because if all the food is in the grocery stores and we're relying on truck drivers to eat, we sound so dumb. I'm mad. I'm mad all over again. Soil is right outside, seeds are right outside, and we're relying on grocery stores and trucks. And if it's closed, you don't eat. I talk about you're going to need a God, because this is about you relying on yourself and the Christ within you, which the Christ is just the Savior. That is all the consciousness that you need, that's already in you. Your higher self, everything is already in you. So watch those videos. Watch the first one, watch the second one. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. My apologies. I feel like I'm all over the place. Yesterday, I felt like I was all over the place. This is exhausting, and it's scary, but it's exciting. And this is, what a time to be alive. I'm Shayla Jade. If you want, share this with someone you think will find value in it. I got to do. My love is your love. Peace. Thank you for watching.